The most accurate rated pollster for the 2020 presidential election shows Donald Trump winning in an electoral college landslide. Hello everyone and welcome back to another video with On Point Politics. Today we are doing another demographic model breakdown of this pollster, looking at their crosstabs and seeing where the electoral map is at right now. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more content just like this. And so basically I have it pulled up here once again. Here are the margins here for all of their demographic groups. Then we basically have all their samples over here, and then we have all the margins that come out from the 2020 exit polls, and then we adjust for an error, and these are all the margins we get. Biden's winning 18 and 29-year-old voters by 1 point. Donald Trump wins 30 to 44-year-old voters by 23. 45 to 64, Biden wins those by 3. 65 plus, Trump wins by 5. So he maintains his margin with the plus 65 vote. They're signaling that they are going to trend to the left by quite a bit. Biden's barely leading with college-educated voters. Trump basically gains with non-college by a bit. Men, Donald Trump gains a decent amount. Women, they're tied in this. Donald Trump wins whites by 24 points. That's a pretty big outlier. We haven't seen that in a lot of pollsters as of late, but Biden's only winning blacks by 40, and we see that Hispanics are a 21-point victory for Biden, which actually does seem pretty high. And we see Asian voters, Trump is winning that by 25 points, and he lost those by 27 last time. And we see the other vote is basically plus 9 for Trump. And so when you model that out, you do one map for each thing. So you do one map for age, one map for education, one map for gender, and one map for race. When you model all that out, you basically get the average results here, and we're going to be filling that out. We clearly see in all their crosstabs that they clearly do everything by income, by location, race. They pull a bunch of different questions. They even see on policies, like they basically poll to see what people basically approve on certain things. And even with certain issues, like Trump leads with the economy by 11 points. He leads on the war in Ukraine by 9 points, immigration by 14 points, by the way. That's actually his best issue. And funny enough, that's actually the most frequently casted issue, is the number one issue for the entire basically election cycle. And we see safeguarding democracy. Trump's up by 1 percentage point despite being a convicted felon with 34 counts. Obviously I don't really think that those trials were conducted fairly, but polling data reflects Donald Trump is gaining on that issue. And we see the national debt, Trump leads by 9 on that. China-US competition, Trump leads by 12, more so than the economy. And conflict between Israel and Hamas, Trump actually leads by 13 points, even a little bit more than Ukraine, which realistically I think Trump is better on the issue of Ukraine than even Israel-Hamas to begin with. Taxes, Trump by 8. Job growth, Trump 8. So it's looking really strange. The only issue that Biden has a really big lead on is environmental protection, and that's not even that good for a Democrat. And even healthcare, which you could group abortion into that, Biden only leads by 3. And so when we break this down, we see a bunch of these safe states are going to be filled in for Donald Trump. A lot of these he won by over 15 points in the last cycle. Maine second joins that column. Alaska is going to join that column. Iowa is an 18.6 percentage point victory, which once again, like I've mentioned, and Seltzer, the most accurate pollster for 2020 in the state of Iowa, showing Trump plus 7, actually ended up predicting that election almost spot on, because Trump won by 8.2%. They had Trump plus 7 in October of 2020. So they got that pretty accurate, and it shows a very similar margin right now. And we see Ohio, Donald Trump is winning there by, if we look at this, he's winning by 19 percentage points there. Texas by 18 points. Florida is actually right below the safe category. It is a likely margin. South Carolina is also safe. Now, Biden is winning in California by 16 points. DC by 69 points. Maryland, Massachusetts, Vermont. Those are all safe states as of right now. That's literally it. Just safe, only 81 safe electoral votes for President Biden as of right now. For the rest of the likely Republican states, we have Georgia at 13 points for Trump, which is an insane amount. 14.9 percentage points for Donald Trump in North Carolina, almost a safe state there. Nebraska's second is an 8-point victory for the former president. We see the state of Pennsylvania at 10.3 percentage points for Trump. Wisconsin, 10.2 percentage points for Donald Trump. If we look at Virginia, well, actually, we're going to get to that one in a second. Michigan, believe it or not, in this poll is 8.4 percentage points for Donald Trump. Arizona is a 10-point victory. The state of Nevada right now, 9.2 percentage points for Donald Trump in this scenario. Washington, just 5 points, for Biden, 5.1%, but Oregon is 5.3. So Washington actually votes to the right of Oregon here for some reason, which is pretty fascinating. If we look at the state of Colorado, it's only a 1.5-point victory for Biden as of right now. And the state of New Jersey is a 3.5 percentage point win, with Connecticut, Delaware, and Rhode Island being likely Democrat states. Hawaii is only, if we look at this, a 14.3 percentage point victory as of right now, believe it or not. So that's also very fascinating. The state of Illinois is at exactly 5 points for Biden there. Maine's first is at 5.2 percentage points. The state of New York is an 11-point win for Joe Biden in this scenario, and we come down to the rest of the actual traditional swing states here for this election, unlike what the media tells you, where we have Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Georgia, Arizona, Nevada as toss-ups. Those are no longer swing states now. Donald Trump is expanding the electoral map as we speak. New Hampshire, 3.3 percentage points as of right now. Maine at large is competitive, but it does go to Donald Trump. We see Virginia, 2.7 percentage points for Donald Trump. If we go to the state of Minnesota, 4 points in Minnesota. That is absolutely insane. And New Mexico is the only Biden state on the map. The thing with this, poll sample is Biden does way better with Hispanic voters than in most polling data. So that's why we still see that the state of New Mexico vote tilt Democrat. This is the most populated Hispanic state in the whole nation, but we do see that there are a lot of white liberals in the state of Albuquerque. And since Donald Trump, he does make pretty good gains with whites in this sample, but at the same time, Hispanics don't shift enough for him to be able to pick this one off in this projection, even though I do actually have the state of New Mexico going lean Republican in my official forecast. This is what just these latest poll from pretty much this company Atlas Intel, this is what their modeling essentially looks like when you break it down by demographics, when you adjust for error, when you look back at their 2020 sample from October 29th of 2020. When you compare the samples and you break it down, you adjust for an error, you get these, you break it down by each different category. This is the result you get in the Electoral College, which is pretty close to what I'm predicting, what Gold Crown is predicting, what my poll shows as well. So all of the data shows Donald Trump is winning in an Electoral College landslide, unlike what most talking heads actually prove as of right now. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you are new and you want more content just like this. And I will see you guys in the next video.